Hello everyone, welcome to today's podcast. So we excited to dive into an important topic that affects so many students, and it's about mental health. And I'm Avan, and I'm here with my good friend Mahdawi. Today we will talk about some of the things that can make students' life really stressful, and how we can manage stress, and the ways we all can take care of ourselves a bit better.
Okay, yes, and we are hoping to keep the hit real and relatable. Whether you're in college or in something school, we all know how intense student life can get. We are going to share some tips, personal stories, and hopefully we can all feel a little more understood by the end this conversation.
Yeah, so let's kick things off with what makes you feel stressed or unhappy. Madawi, what would you say are some of the big stressor for the students?
Mostly, I think the academic work in when the teachers between projects, assignment, quizzes, exam, and it can feel like there are always something to do, and it is not just about finishing or it's the pressure to do well. I remember last semester I was barely sleeping because I had two big exams back to back with an essay to the same week. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I totally relate to that. Yeah.
It's make me angry. So
I feel it. It's like you can never really relax because there's always something around the corner, like from the exam, the assignment, everything. In the same week, even all of it. And in academics, there are also this social pressure,
yeah, I see.
like trying to fit in, keep up with friends, or even the pressure to post on social media. It's a lot to handle.
Yeah, absolutely. Social media can actually make it worse sometimes. I know that when I'm stressed and then I see the others posting about their perfect lives. It can make me feel like I'm not doing enough or missing out. I try to remind myself that it's just the highlights, but it's hard not to compare with me.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
That is so.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the future expectation, you know?
Yeah.
Thinking about the college, the careers, and what you're going to do when you are a graduate from your college. It's really overwhelming sometimes. I feel like I'm supposed to have everything figured out, which adds to the stress.
Yeah, exactly. There's this constant feeling of needing to have a plan, and it can feel like everyone else know what they are doing, when really we are all just trying to figure all of this pressure can definitely affect mental health.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's talk about how to deal with all that stress and anxiety that caused by mostly assignment and the exam of everything. I think everyone has their own way of coping
Okay.
for the stress.
Yeah.
So, what's the one thing you do when you're feeling overwhelmed?
Well, okay. So let's talk about how to deal with all that stress and anxiety. I think everyone has their own way of coping upon. But what the thing you do when you are feeling overwhelmed?
Actually, one of the best thing for me is deep breathing.
Oh,
It sounds simple. It's very simple, but it really helped me to calm down. And I just close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, and focus on my breathing. It helped me pause and get out of my head for a minute. It's like have a little reset button,
oh, yeah.
something like that.
Okay. That's good one. I actually started doing the breathing exercise recently, and it's stressing how much it hurt. For me, tough exercise is a big stress. Whenever just going for a walk or doing a quick workout lets me clear my mind.
Exercise, that's a good one. But for me, it's a little bit of hard thing because sometimes I get too lazy to do an exercise. So another thing that helped me is actually writing down,
Yeah.
like a journal or even a to-do list. Like you write down what you need to do to make it list. So it makes you feel a little bit relief because everything feels more organized. It organized my mind, so it's made me more calm.
Uh, I like the idea, and sometimes just talking about it with someone can really help. Whether it's a friend, family member, or even a counselor, saying things out loud can make problem seems less overwhelming.
Absolutely. I'm talking to someone you trust can make huge difference. I think one of the harder things about stress and anxiety is feeling like you're alone in it. When you are shared, it reminds you that others go through this too.
Okay. Yes, and remember, it's okay. It is okay to ask for help. Sometimes we put pressure on ourselves to deal with everything alone. But reaching out is actually a step.
Yeah. So for everyone, be keep it up, be care to everyone. So sometimes everyone can ask, and you can also ask, and you can tell everyone your story. So let's move on. So let's talk about how schools, families, and friends can support students, the students' mental health.
Oh.
What do you think is the most important thing they can do?
They can do. Creating a sportive environment is key. If school or college makes mental health part of regular conversation, it would help students feel safe discussing their struggle. I think having a resource like a counselor or even just a space where student can take a break can really make a difference.
I totally agree with you. So it's so helpful when schools or the college is normalizing talk about mental health and actually provide support system. So in UNES also we have that kind of program.
Yeah.
It's called UNES Wellbeing, right?
Really,
Yeah.
I see.
I think and families, I think they can help to be just being there to listen.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we just want to be listened,
Yeah.
not to be criticized, right?
Because we part for the family.
Yeah. Knowing you can talk openly at home can relieve so much stress.
Yeah, I see. I think I agree your statement, and friends play a big role too, checking in on each other, even with something as simple. How are you really doing? Can mean a lot. I try to remember to reach out to friends, even if it's just a quick text.
The same here.
Yeah.
I often think people know we care, but it's nice to remind them. And for anyone listening, if you need support, don't hesitate to reach out, asking people. It's a sign of strength, you know. So let's move on again. Okay. We talk about friendship and making connection. So having a good friend can be a huge support for mental health. We already talked about that. But sometimes it's hard to make friends.
Yeah.
Madawi, did you have any tips to how make friends?
Alright. Let's talk about friendship and making connection. Having good friends can be a support for mental health, but sometimes it's hard to make friends. Afan, any tips?
I think joining groups or clubs like in our college we call sometimes UKM and
Yeah.
something like that. It's a great way to meet people who share your interests. When you're part of something, it's easy to start conversation and make connection with others.
Definitely, I joined a study group for one of my class, and I ended up making some great friends. Sometimes just showing up to events can lead to connection you didn't expect.
And I think it's important to remember that it's okay if making friends takes time. Not everyone clicks right away, and that's okay. Taking small steps like sitting with someone new or just saying hi can go a long way.
Yes, and spending time with a friend is so helpful for mental health. Whether it is a study session or just hanging out, it reminds you that you have people who can care about you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Alright, let's end up with some self-care tips.
Oh,
Taking care of ourselves can help us manage stress and stay positive. What's one thing you do for self-care, Madawi?
yeah. For me, sleep is a big one. I try to get enough rest. I mean, putting my phone away early, sleep effect, everything. So I try to make it priority, and sometimes I doing my hobbies like cooking, fishing, and sometimes hiking. If I have a lot of money, but we are college, so we are must not enough for my money. So I
Actually,
usually
I'm the same too. So lack of sleep just makes everything harder. So we need a little bit more sleep. And I also make time for hobbies too. Whether I like to do some listening to music while I'm reading.
yeah.
I also like to cook, you know.
Yes.
And then what's my hobby? I'm playing some game. Like a phone game, like Android game, you know. It's helped me enjoy. It helps me relax.
Okay. How about pets, animal?
Yeah.
I think
I also have a pet, but my pet is actually not as so. I'm not mad. You know, there's people usually call it mental support pet.
Yeah.
It's usually cat or
Bisa effect.
a dog. It's something like affection.
Scorpio.
Yeah, but my pet is actually a scorpion, so it's hard to, it's not supporting my mentals. It's threatening me sometimes because I have to feed it like every day, and he's always trying to hug my finger with his claws. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. Those are good. Another thing I do is tag. This week I try to set time limits on social media, so I'm not endlessly scrolling, which can make me feel worse sometimes.
I totally get that. Too much time online can be very draining. And honestly, self-care is different for everyone. It's about finding small routines that can make you feel good and refreshed.
Exactly, whether it's a time spent with friends, a long time, or doing something active, it's all about finding what works for you and making it a habit. So, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope our conversation has given you some ideas on how to manage stress and look after you mental health.
Yes, mental health is a journey, and it's okay to have ups and downs. small steps to take care of yourself. And remember that reaching out for help is always okay.
Yeah, thanks for listening and take care of yourself. Remember, your mental health is just important your physical health. Until next time, stay connected and keep looking after you will be.
Bye bye.